There we go. Pretty good. Yeah. On your license. Yeah, I got it. Take a step that way and let me know what that sounds. What sound okay? Yeah. I am receiving. I am receiving sound. Okay. I'm here. Try. All right. So let's try over here. Well, it shouldn't barely change anything. This is the mic I'm holding. I just want to see how it sounds on your device. Sound okay? Yeah. Sounds okay? Yeah. I know I can hear. I know I can hear on my device, and if I can hear it through my laptop, I think they can hear it over there. Okay. Anybody in the chat, can you spam something to confirm that you can hear me? If you see it in the city chat. Something to me. Austin. In the chat. Let me know if anyone says they can hear me if they don't. I don't know if they can.
8 pounds for 5 weeks.
I know what's on my list. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's really good. If I definitely need to figure out about the damn computer. And I'm telling you, I've been thinking of next year. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. So we're gonna get the show run. I know we're starting a little bit late, so I know that it's a little bit late right now because of the traffic and everything. We want everybody to get here so we can get started. So expeditiously, let's keep our comments and everything to a minimum. And also, whenever you're coming up here to speak, we're gonna go expeditiously because we're supposed to be. We can go a little bit late if we wanted to, because everybody's been late because of the traffic. So we can go a little bit late. We just have to get in there, okay? So I'm gonna do my welcome, and then we're gonna recognize the candidates for political and or YDA office. We do have some candidates in the room who will just acknowledge themselves. You can talk to them at the end, and then we do have some candidates for YDA office who submitted some things. So they'll be on the screen as well as etc. So let me get started here. Do it in a moment. Welcome everybody, new members, candidates for YDA, state, local, and US office and visitors. We have had a semi-busy month since last meeting. We've had our hot mic event that Carmen and membership put on, where I participated in a topic, and the topic was gay men are better than straight men.
Oh, God.
Which we started off with. And I think it was a successful event, that we had, that we'll be talking about in, show in our agenda. We had a successful SCDP convention in Clyburn Fish Fry, where we had a table at the convention and an after event at the Hanger Restaurant. Like I said, my job as chair, this organization is to grow and meet with the people that we need to grow. As I can say, we are growing, and I think my vice chair and committee leadership for that help as well. Thank you guys for all the work that you've been putting in, and especially the members of our organization. I could not do it without you. I also want to thank everybody for being here to celebrate me on my birthday. And help fund our growing organization. Lastly, I want to say thanks, say everything. Said today is from hard work of every leader in person, new and seasoned members. So we're gonna go to our recognizing candidates for political office and YDA office. So we have Sandy Johnson, who is running for at-large city council. He will be speaking at a later meeting, but he just wanted to be here to celebrate everything that's going on and come visit with everybody. So any other candidates before we get to Blake Robinson? Jessica.
Does have something you want to be said? You can say it, so you have to read it, but.
You want to do Blake Robinson first?
Yeah, I mean,
Blake, you gotta come up here and speak about your YDA Southern VP.
Oh, well, he came here personally.
Hey y'all, thank y'all so much for having me, and again, happy birthday, Jeremy. And thank you for allowing me to come out and speak to y'all. I'm really happy to have the opportunity to speak to a local county chapter, well, actually regional chapter, right? Yeah, regional chapter. We organize things differently in Georgia. My name is Blake Robinson. I'm the Young Democrats of Georgia's Rural Caucus Chair. I'm also the Southern Regional Director for the YDA Rural Caucus, and I'm also running for YDA Southern Vice President. So South Carolina is in the Southern region, right next door to Georgia. Very, very glad to just come up the road from Atlanta and visit with y'all. And I just wanted to share with y'all a little bit about what I am here campaigning on, and that's a very simple platform. If you have one of my handouts, you'll see it's simple: build, engage, maintain. What we need to do in the Southern region, and generally speaking in YDA, is we need to build up and build out our chartered units. And here in the South, that's where we have to, really build what we're doing at the local level, and we have to build it with especially our rural chapters. And like I said, I'm the Rural Caucus Chair. I love talking about how we need to invest more into rural areas, need to fundraise more for our chartered units, and that's what I really want to do. And definitely ask me more about that afterwards. I don't want to take up too much time. But second part of that is engage. We really need to engage consistently and all the time. Like I as a Southern Vice President, if elected, would commit to going to every chartered unit. I'll admit, for this campaign, I'm not gonna be able to make it out to every single one. But I know that after all the campaign is said and done, I can promise you that I'll be back in South Carolina. I'll go all the way out to Texas, because they're also in the region. I'll go to Oklahoma, they're also in the region. And Kentucky, also in the region. And go to these places and see what's going on, because I mean, I live and die by the Zora Neale Hurston quote: you got to go there to know there. And so I think that if you aren't on the ground, if you don't have your boots on the ground, I have my boots on the ground today, then you're just not gonna be able to understand what really needs to be done in those areas to build build up youth organizing and engage. And finally, I think we need to maintain this kind of work year round. There's no reason that we as a party should not be a year round organizing machine. There's no reason that Young Dems can't do that right now. And the reason I say that is because, I mean, we know in the South, you can't just drop in for 6 months, run a campaign and leave. And expect you're gonna get votes in the next election cycle. It's not gonna happen, because there's elections every year. There's an election coming up this year, there's an election next year, there's an election in a few months, like. We need to be on the ground all the time, talking to folks, getting feedback, hearing what people have to say, and how we can build a better party. So, you know, I really want to do the work to build, engage, and maintain youth organizing here in the southern region. And I can't wait to do that with y'all. And please definitely reach out. I have my Instagram account for my campaign. I control that. Nobody else does. So if you want to get in contact with me, there's that. And then if you want to just chat after this, I am more than happy to have conversations. I really want to have conversations with y'all. So thank y'all so much for having me. And I'm looking forward to eating some good fish and chips and enjoying the rest of the day. Thank you.
All right, Jessica, are you going to come with me? Introduce yourself.
How's everybody doing? Can you hear me?
No.
No? Can you hear me a little bit better?
It's for
Okay, I'll do my best so that everybody can hear me. So, I know that I'm not a traditional candidate, that's why I want to go ahead and start, but I know everybody's aware we're not living through traditional times. I'm running because I fully believe that it's time for us to have some working class leadership in City Hall. Someone who's actually lived the experience.
We can hear you in the back,
Yes, I
Jess.
can, I'm really soft spoken, I'm sorry.
It's not, it's for, they're recording it, so it's for the video, it's not a microphone, so.
Hopefully you can hear me a little bit better. I'm really soft spoken, so I can come around in a little bit and introduce myself to everybody. That way we can have like some one-on-one conversation. But like I was saying, I'm running for mayor of the city of Columbia because I feel like it's time for us to have some working class leadership in City Hall. Someone who's actually lived the experience, not just talked about it or heard complaints about it. Everywhere I look, I see people are working double jobs, working double shifts, juggling multiple jobs, skipping meals, it's not happening. And they're still just barely getting by. And the system isn't broken, they want to keep us small, they want to keep us quiet, they want money to be the only thing that we think about. Sorry, let me restart that. I have like a little bit of a tongue speech. I'm trying to like but I'm trying to go off, but I don't have my friends. Okay, so they want to keep us quiet, they want to keep us small, they want us to only value money. And that's so that we keep our heads down, that's so that we continue to go to work. You know, that way we don't make waves. I'm tired of accepting crimes from our government. I'm tired of just accepting okay policies. I'm here to remind everybody like what we're actually capable of when we stand together and what we continue to do. We cannot allow anybody else's agenda to become our view of it. You know, the constant emergencies that we're facing right now, stagnant wages, also rising cost of living, climate chaos, and political corruption, all those things aren't going. So we can't go back. We just have to continue to look forward. And I'm asking you guys for your support in order to craft a Columbia where no one has to put their dreams on hold just because they can't afford to pay. If we can do it. You know, everybody always calls me idealistic or a bit of a thing where I got my that's not true. We're Americans. We can demand whatever we want, and we don't have to just accept our elected politicians that want to do. So, you know, like I said a little bit earlier, I can go around and introduce myself. We have some one-on-one conversations. My biggest priority is, like you were saying, boots on the ground. I want people to know that I'm here to listen, to fight for some solutions that actually have teeth to them. And I'm not here to cater to the stakeholders, big stakeholders. I'm here right now is all about, big development, big money, corporations. And I'm not against any of that stuff. We can't continue to pretend that we're moving forward, and we can't pretend that it's okay to move forward. Whenever we're leaving behind something massive, pushing a lot of things. I'm here, anyone who's ever been pushed aside, overworked, underpaid, or told to wait. And I'm gonna leave it there, but I have some very nice things behind.
Alright, so we're gonna get, Wes to read, a statement from our own Justice Hills, for YDA president. And then we're gonna acknowledge, the two state house candidates in the room as well. Reed and, Steven. I know you, my brain is just on, like, trying to get to the, so.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
One quick thing one quick thing that Jessica meant to add on is that she needs money for her campaign.
I didn't know, I didn't hear.
Hey, everybody, for this next little bit, just pretend that I am Justice Hills. He and I know we look very similar, so it should be pretty simple. Everything he sent me is gonna be the first person, but it is from him, just so you're aware. Hello, YPCM family. I want to start by saying thank you for an amazing time together. Within the short half a year that I have been fully engaged with the YPCM, it has shown me that the true sense of community organizing, taking action, and not being afraid to lead. I am running for Young Democrats of America's president, and I'm not running because I think I'm better than anyone in particular. All of the candidates who are also going for this position are great candidates. I would not complain if any of the other candidates got elected. But I am running for one simple reason, and that is to live out my beliefs to the fullest. One thing I strongly believe is that YDA should be a business of electing people. That means that we need to have young Democratic candidates. We need to be running in every race we can. We do that by supporting people who are running, not only supporting them, but making sure everyone has the opportunity to be able to run. I hear too often within this group, even, I cannot run right now. I don't have the money. And I understand. Running seems like a futile endeavor if you don't win. But that is far from the case. Running is about doing your civic duty, being engaged, and platforming your beliefs to your fellow citizens. If I, a 17-year-old boy, young man, am able to run for the highest office within this organization with no money in my name, my apartment catching on fire, me being temporarily displaced while being in high school and college, anyone can run for anything. It is just given a little effort, a little bit of our time, a little bit of our ambition, and large amounts of dedication. If there's an issue in your community, issue in your state, issue in your nation, you run. And you run to win, no matter how the odds may seem. Leadership needs a plan. That's why I've been working on a candidate pipeline initiative, a transparent budget plan, and a campaign to raise $10,000 to cancel over $1 million in medical debt. This is my vision for YDA. Thank y'all for having me. Before I go, I'd just like to say, no matter how ridiculous the odds may seem, within us resides the power to overcome these challenges and achieve something beautiful. One day, we'll look back at where we started and be amazed at how far we've gone.
So, just to caveat everything, we're skipping back and forth between YDA and state and local politics. Just want to give that caveat. But thank you, Justice, for running for YDA president. I think it's noble to run when the odds may be, whether in his favor or not. I think putting himself out there is awesome. And I think he's been doing the work here in YDCM. And I think that you can see by his statement, he's well suited to be a good leader in our organization. So Reed, are you gonna speak or are you just gonna look it down? So
I'm here there, so you gonna speak? I mean, I think if it's too much time, I'm happy, I like it, yeah, whatever you think. Yeah. It's your birthday.
30 seconds,
so
go.
come on.
So Jessica's not the only soft-spoken, can people hear me in the back?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm Reed Beeman, I'm running for Lexington County District 87 against Paula Rao Calhoun. So I am a father. Well, I got it wrong. I'm a husband, I'm a father. Need that correct order. And I'm also a comic book artist. So I live the American dream every day. I have the most American job possible that was only started here in America, that was making comic books. So yes, I draw men in tight suits, and they go off and they fight unimaginable odds, which is what I'm up against now. But who better else to fight for the underdog and the everyman than a local nerd and comic book artist like myself? So, thank you. But for my campaign, it's going to be a long uphill battle. I'm calling people, I'm out there, boots on the ground, like we said earlier. But I will need your help, everyone's help in this room. You are here because you are driven to do your civic duty, which is to help get those elected that align with your values. And I need your help. I will need your time. I will also need your money. But I'm not going after that directly. I would more or less need your time and devotion that you could spend a Saturday or a Friday door knocking, calling, talking to people, because that's how we change stuff in America, is by talking to people. And a wise man in this very room, who's sitting back up there, you look at me now, he told me democracy and government is not a tie, it is a table. So it's time to pull up a chair. So let's pull up that chair together and come to that table so we can all have the Thanksgiving that we need.
There's no way I'll talk that.
Ask for $1,000.
I'll happily take $1,000. My name's Stephen Asbill. I live around the corner in Whitehall. I'm a clinical pharmacist at Prison Health Richland, and I'm running for State House District 85 against Jay Kilmartin. You might have heard of him. So we're all Democrats in here. I've gotten to know a lot of you, and some of you I've yet to know, but I know we'll be friends. I have a lot of policies in mind, but what I really want to tell you today is my why for doing this. I got married 2 weeks ago. That, by the way, took a lot of decades, like in this room and outside, I was fighting to make that happen. Without that Supreme Court decision back in 2015, my husband and I would not be married. So I just want to say progress is possible. We just have to stay on it. But my why, my wedding ring came to my grandpa. He fought the Nazis in the Philippines in World War II. And he educated me a lot on democracy, actions. And I just have a question for you guys, bring it back to civics. There's an old constitution, has 3 branches of government, has a bicameral legislature, federalism, states and federal government, and enshrine individual rights. How many of you heard of that constitution? Yes, okay. All of us heard of that. Would you be surprised to hear that that description matches Russia's constitution? So my point in saying this, I think the mistake in Russian history is the right people were not there at the right time to fight off a dictatorship. And I firmly believe that this is the time where we can stop the dictatorship from coming here. And where it starts is local level. That's how we beat it back. It's not going to be from top down. I'm really tired of hearing, we need more national leaders coming out of the fold. That is not the case. We need us coming out of it. You're out of the fold now, here today. But my point is, I'm a first-time candidate. I have lots of things we can talk about on the micro level, but that is my why for being here today. And I just want to say, I'm also secretary of Lexington Democratic Party and campaign chair. Anybody in here, you're qualified to run for office. If you're over the age 21, you can run for state house. So let's just get those conversations going and support each other as we try to turn this nation around. Thank you.
Thank you to Stephen and Reed for putting themselves out there and being first-time candidates for office. You guys are awesome. You do a lot of good work in our organization, and thank you for that. Any other candidates for office? No? Seeing none? Okay. I think I gave my report already. So,
You did.
everything's looking good. Thank you guys for the donations for my birthday. You're helping fund our organization. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. $32 for my birthday is awesome. And then the canned food for the drive. I think we're gonna keep doing a canned food drive. And every meeting, we're gonna try to do that every meeting because people are hurting out here and, food is, getting expensive. So we are gonna try to, do a food drive like every meeting. So, also, I know this location is very hard to get to. I know we keep starting late all the time. So we will hopefully be back at, SCDP for our July meeting, hopefully. So we'll get all that information out there again. But that's my chair's report. Thank you guys again for the $32, whether you gave cash or, did it through our donor box. Also, this is QR code to our YouTube channel. So if you scan that, you can get access to our YouTube channel. We will be streaming hopefully soon our meetings as well to our YouTube instead of maybe doing Zoom all the time, so that people can see our meetings through YouTube. So if you can't make it in person. So thank you. All right. Vice Chair's report. Reed, you're gonna go first because you're first vice chair. Whoa. But he'll be giving his advocacy and first vice chair report.
Hello again. So I believe no one's tired of seeing me already. But for advocacy, what we're doing currently right now in advocacy is we are focused on issues that are coming about due to tariffs. We're already seeing impact of that down in Charleston at the board. It will eventually impact our way up here in Columbia and throughout. We're also talking about the book bans that have come across the state, since we are number 2 in the nation for having book bans. We're number 1 now.
Yeah. And first something hard.
But we've had a gracious amount of people join in advocacy that took over the task of actually we divided the books up. So we'll be talking about the books, diving into the books, actually talking about what is in the books, because a lot of these lawmakers have no idea what's actually in them and why they should ban them. Remember, there was only one woman from down in Charleston that got the majority of these books banned. So we were working on that in advocacy, and we have also been we're actually going to be coming up. Will be this weekend. We will be at the No Kings protest that will be at the State House, which will start at what? 12:30. It'll start at 12:30. We should have a table out there. Then we'll be at Outfest as well, which is going on. So please come out to Outfest. We'll be walking around passing out flowers, and passing out as much information that we can and canvassing people as well. We also have a booth that's going to be coming up for the Little Gay Market, which is going to be June 22nd, I believe. So we'll have a booth there.
Can you repeat? Wait. What's happening on the 27th again?
The 22nd. The 22nd is the Little Gay Market. Well, the booth is the Little Gay Market on June 22nd.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
They're all listed on the bottom of the agenda.
Yeah.
If you could check the bottom of the agenda, it's got everything listed. I will say too that thank you for people that have donated canned food for the continuing that we're trying to get for the food drive. We've been trying to do this, since the beginning of the year. We were able to give food, and I gave that report last time how much we were able to give. I will say that one of the food banks that we do have the food going to has about 600 people that desperately need the food. We're seeing right now the need in Lexington County alone, that this year it's going to be about 42,000 people in the county alone will need some type of food assistance this year.
So, yeah, you have a lot of reports, so. I'm also gonna be, talking about your, some other things in our open
Yeah.
as
Do you want
well.
me to go ahead and talk about everything at one time?
She should have talked about everything at one time, and, that is, dealing with the old business as well. So, so that we can get this on the road.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with business and then end with some fun, nothing to do with our chair. Can everybody hear me? We're good? Okay.
You want to stay, it's fine, the picture you.
Great, okay. So like Jeremy has already said, we went to the Fiber and Fish Fry and we also went to the SCDP convention. We did great. Not only did we sell t-shirts, but we networked a crap ton. So everybody in this room, there are people in this room that came from the convention. There are people in this room that, joined us afterwards and before. So the group that's in here is excellent and amazing because some of the people in here I have never seen before. So that's awesome. The other thing that we have done recently, a group of us went to the Richland County Council meeting. And Richland County is the first county in South Carolina to have a hate crime intimidation ordinance put in place. So, yeah. That's a great thing. There are multiple people in this room that spoke in favor of that, and I think that very clearly outweighed the bigots that decided that they were going to stand up and chat because it was a unanimous decision. So that's excellent. Yay, Richland, and hopefully that's something that we continue to do in other counties in South Carolina. Okay, old business. Civics and democracy class. We're working on that with the Progressive Network. They're located downtown. That is going to be on July 6th. It's a Sunday. We're aiming for the end of the day, time TBD. But everybody keep that in mind. We're gonna just go over some basics about civics and democracy, and so everybody can get a brush up on what the hell we're doing. I do want to let everybody know that the Progressive Network is just what their name is. They are progressive. So I know we're a group of Democrats, but I think it'll also be good for us to go into a group of people that have been working on all the stuff that we're working on, but they don't necessarily, love the Democratic Party all the time. So as Democrats, it's important for us to be able to take criticism and learn from it and grow with it. So just keep that in mind. So if everybody comes to the civics class, just be prepared for it to be a day where we learn all day. Another thing that's going on, gardening. Yeah, we're working on a gardening class. Yes. We're thinking like 4:30 in the afternoon-ish. Okay, in person or on In person and on Zoom. We're gonna try and set up both so that we can, have. Gardening. We are working on a gardening club. JL has been my partner in crime with that. We are talking about doing some really awesome things, and we actually have our first meeting on Thursday, so tomorrow. That'll be over Zoom, and I think you say 6 o'clock. 6:30.
I think we said 6:30.
Maybe 6:30, but if you would like to join, we're talking about how to get involved with local food banks. We're talking about, how to do self-sustaining gardening and how we can grow our own food and then develop a network of sharing food. So, anyway, so point being, lots of cool stuff. The gardening class is going to be great. If you'd like to join, that's fairly new. So reach out to one of our leaders, Jerry, myself, Reed, whoever. Yes, JL.
It is at 6:30,
6:30.
and we do have a signal chat that's specific to the gardening thing, so
Yes, we do.
so it doesn't have to like harass.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
That's also one of our first groups that's not necessarily political.
Yes,
It's very much a group where we are learning from each other and mostly about gardening.
yes, mostly about trying to help our community over the next 4 years, for exactly
Exactly.
the same thing that Reed was talking about. So, and with whatever space you have, whether it's a patio or a window or yard.
Yeah.
And we need more native plants because fireflies are dying.
Yeah.
Fireflies are fine.
We might be the last generation to see fireflies.
Okay, so, I think that's about it for what I've been doing here. Before I get off the stage, I do just wanna take a little minute and say thank you to Jeremy. Obviously, he's our wonderful chair, and he's been working overtime with all of us. The growth of our organization over the past 6 months has been incredible. Not only have we over doubled at this point, more than doubled, but the people, like I said earlier, the people in this room, there are new people in this room almost every time we have a meeting. So that's excellent. Jeremy has been an inspiration to me, and I know to Reed as well, because we've been maybe gassing him up all week, which we should. But he's been a wonderful leader. He has inspired me to become a leader, and really embrace our group in general, and it's been wonderful. If you were at our meeting last time, our last meeting, you may have an idea of what's in this bag, and if you don't have an idea of what's in this bag, then it'll be a surprise. But happy birthday, Jeremy! Thank you for being here.
Okay,
I think that's it.
all right. Thank you. Okay. Let me open it right quick, you guys. Hold on. Let's see what this is. This is a charm shirt. Yes. So we had a meeting, like a get together here with all of our group. I don't know if you saw this pictures online. I don't think we posted it as a chapter, but I am in love with Charmed as a show, 1998 version, and they know it because I kept going back to it because we kept talking about the things that are in what shows that we installed the shows that we liked. So I kept going back to Charmed, and everyone was like, "Oh, well, you're the Charmed guy." So that's why they got me this t-shirt.
Wow.
Bridget, I think Bridget, I'm about to come up. Can you? I'm about to go up. Can you paraphrase what I'm about to say up? I'm about to say up there.
I'll do my best.
So I guess I'm charmed with that.
Main idea is not my strong suit. Details.
I think my power is to teleport. Or go to the future. Or something, I don't know. But yeah. Or maybe I'll steal their power. So I can blow stuff up too. But yeah. Oh yeah, freezing, yeah. Okay.
We are.
So thank you, Sophia, and everybody for this nice gesture. You're awesome. I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you. So we're gonna move on to secretary report with Austin.
Yes, sir.
And Austin, would you like to go over would you like to finish your report, or would you like to go into your other old business too?
Oh, I need the right.
We can go back to we can come back to the old business.
Okay.
Hello everybody, I'm Austin Jackson, secretary for chapter. I have some news to report to you on my birthday. Once I have these put in our records, I think I think we will have met our goal for 100 members this year. Jeremy and I have been through a lot in YDSC over the last dozen years. We served as first vice president and secretary under Jenny. He was a trusted advisor during my own presidency. He asked me he basically brought me out of semi-retirement to help to become secretary of Central Midlands, and I think it's been what, 9. Yeah, and in 9 months, y'all, we basically grown to about 5 times. We have about 5 times the number of members that we have when Jeremy became chair. When I recharged YDSC in Las Vegas, I sent a list of about 110 members. We're probably gonna have by Philadelphia, by Philadelphia next month, we're probably gonna have about that much just out of our chapter. That's it, y'all. That's it. That's thanks to the vision that Jeremy put out. But the other thing, we do have our YDSC convention coming up on June 28th. It is to be announced. There is a location. I believe I have not been clear to say where it is yet. Or have I?
Wait, you're on the spot.
I'm sorry, Chris. What do you mean? Convention committee member here. Okay. So what I can say is it will be in Columbia. But it will be in Columbia in person. It will be in person. Once we all meet this week, we should have information out to everyone by the end of the week. But that will mean and
Under
this is
new
gonna be
business,
very important.
the YDSC
We do have a
convention.
few elections
Yeah.
that will be up. Executive Vice President YDSC will be up for election. Secretary, because even though Thomasina Gary is EVP, that is an interim appointment. If she wants to remain EVP, she has to run for it at the convention. Secretary is up. As you all know, Ashley Crowe, who was her state secretary, turned 36 under our rules. She cannot remain. She had to.
So we're
She turned 36
Columbia,
last
Lexington,
month.
Florence,
So
and
we're-
Orangeburg.
So
Is our region.
we're now between
And there's
secretaries
like one for the upstate,
and we now have
one
to,
for the coast.
and now we have to run for those. And right now it's looking like we will probably be doing nominations from the floor because it is that close out, but we can make it work.
Is there any announced candidates for either of those?
Not yet.
Besides
Not yet.
secretary, what was the other thing up for election?
But
I don't know. He said, this is his thing, he don't know. That's what he said. He knows better than me.
I'm the chair, and again, Democrats, Spartanburg County.
That for blueberries.
Yeah, my work does me, had me here in Gary a lot with the South Carolina Education Association. That's why I did want to read stuff about Bang. I'm always there at the state board meetings and at the Senate and Education House taking meetings. So the pleasure y'all. And shout out to Blake being here from Valdosta. That's what I also.
Oh my God, oh my God, think about Austin, that,
Really?
yeah, like what's my ex-girlfriend, it's.
He wants to throw that out there.
It's like a 5 or 6 hour drive, right?
Well, from, I'm in Atlanta.
Ah, well, that's still 3 hours.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, but also, but by that, we should be ready to charter by next week. It's just we do have some pending amendments that have to be dispatched tonight, either up or down, and I will leave that for now.
Okay. Yes, sir. So we also have a treasurer report.
You asked the
Oh,
wrong person.
actually, I think I have the treasurer's report.
You're killing your own notes.
Yeah.
Our treasurer's out of town right now, but he did, send a, audio version of his report. We have gotten some funds before, well, after this, report. So, just so it's not as accurate of a number that we have, we'll get that out whenever we have, soon.
Oh, hang on, Jeremy. I might be able to pipe it through the Zoom meeting.
Apologies when we get to it, the audio. I have no idea how loud this TV is. I don't have a remote for it, so hopefully it's loud enough. It's gonna be quiet. Who knows?
All right. So I'm going to play. So just right here. So I'm going to play it.
I can play the TV, but. Austin.
Okay.
Austin.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm gonna play the TV speaker.
June 2025.
Oh, there we go.
Brought to you by Cindy Brown, Treasurer, Finance Committee Chair. No, thank you for attending the meeting. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person, as I understand currently, but I did want to present a re-recording of the financials as it stands. As of Friday, we are at $782.51, which is a pretty good number for the month of June, well, rather, people from coming out of May. So, fantastic work, because of the work that's been done with getting the t-shirts sold and getting all the merch out, dropping off from the convention. With that in mind, we're just gonna keep at it with our fundraiser, because they will change fundraiser today, find that happy birthday, Jeremy, as well as continuing a hot dog vendor. The fundraiser for the hot dogs, as well as other ones, should see and this church was like will be taking over on. So I'll see y'all soon. And the next meeting should be near the end of the month. I believe it's 24th, but you said base day. Y'all have a great weekend, be safe, and I'll see you whenever
Okay, and that's the church report.
Alrighty, so we got the treasurer's report. So, finance advocacy have already gone through for the committee reports. So we're gonna go with communications now, and then we're gonna go to, membership, and then we'll go to, campaign. And then policy, we will come back after policy.
Hello, I'm gonna make this really quick. I don't have a lot to share. I did want to let everyone know, if you haven't checked out our Substack before, I think there's only 1 or 2 things on there right now. But we do have a new piece coming out this week from Haley. It's about Pride Month, so definitely be paying attention. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet, so that you get an email notification when it comes out. This weekend, I know there's a lot going on. Kind of every weekend this month. So as you're out and about and you're at things, if you attend an event, take photos, take take videos, you can send them to me, or anyone on the comms team. We love to share that. We like for people to see that we're out and about in the community and that we're engaged. So I'll probably put out calls for stuff, but if you're at something, just feel free to share them with me. If you are at an event and there's something that you just feel inspired to write and you want to write something for our Substack, like anyone is welcome to write for that. Or if you want to share something for social media, like just let us know. The more the merrier. If you haven't checked out our website before, definitely do that. We're also on Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, pretty much all of the socials. So definitely give them a follow. The last thing I have is not YDCM business, but Jeremy gave me permission to ask for this. I'm also the board president with Palmetto State Abortion Fund. And we are tabling at Outfest, and we need actually some help tabling, some volunteers. So if you're interested in tabling at Outfest with Palmetto State Abortion Fund, again, my name's Carrie. I'm on Signal, or you can like just wave me down here, and I'd be happy to get in touch with you. So, okay, you'll table? Oh, and money for who? For all of us? The hot dog one? Okay. Yes, okay, currently for Palmetto State Abortion Fund, we are doing, we don't do a lot of like specific asks for like specific clients, but we have this month our second young minor client that we are raising funds for. Before we had a 13-year-old we were able to raise funds for. This one's a little bit more expensive. We're currently trying to raise $8,000 for her to access abortion care out of state, but she's from South Carolina. So even like I'm the intake line as well, and I've seen where $5 or $10 makes the difference on whether or not somebody can get her abortion. So definitely, if you can donate. If not, we're also on all the socials. Please share all of our stuff, because if you can't donate, maybe somebody else can.
We also have a hands-on family concert.
They're gonna say they don't have to get there.
So in this case, after party after convention.
Yeah, come to our 28. It'll be fun.
So
Thank you, Carrie. Harmony.
How did they find out about this? Like, how did the children find out about it? I guess I asked them. So there's no.
Hi everybody, my name is Carmen, I'm the chair of the members committee here. So last month, we actually had our hot takes event. I think it went pretty well. It was great to see people come up and give potentially controversial takes. My hope when I host events like that, so we're gonna have something similar to that in the future, is to help people have like healthy disagreements. I know even though we're on the same side, we're gonna disagree on certain issues, and that's just based on, we have different backgrounds, different experiences, we're all gonna have blind spots in our beliefs, and I think conversations like that can help us like expose those blind spots and help us grow and change from them, right? In a similar vein, I've actually been helping Wes plan a public speaking training. If you'd be interested in that, I'm gonna let him go into the details about it. We're gonna have it next month. When we host something like that, I think public speaking is a very important skill to have. If you're here and you want to get into that, you want to learn how to speak, it's something that you can only improve of if you practice over and over and over again. So I think this would be a good first step to a lot of you guys. I know we have people here who speak in front of people all the time, to where it's not even an issue. I'd also encourage people to come out to that so they can help other people learn. I think something like that would be a great opportunity for us. Again, I know like Wes goes into details about that. But yeah, that's really it for the Facebook membership. If that's like the public speaking or the hot mics interest you, come speak to me. If you have any ideas about events you'd like to see, join the membership committee and we can get something planned. Thank you.
We got a text message to come to this meeting, and as a reminder that the membership committee does it as well. So they help get our membership out to our meetings and get informed about when we have meetings as well. So yeah. All right. Steven, sorry, very
It's hard.
and then we'll have reading for policy.
Okay.
I'll take first. And I'll tell you what the campaigns committee activities, a lot of what we've done in the last 6 months has been what I'm calling like brand building activities, so just getting us out there in front of people. So I would say, we've been at every protest, every festival that's been going on downtown Columbia, we've been very consistent there. Got a lot of membership doing that, and the Carmen, everybody else's efforts. So what we're doing now, at first, it comes here, you know, a lot of candidates haven't announced, they're kind of feeling out whether they're ready to run for something. Now we have more candidates, in the running, here tonight, obviously. And so the second phase that we're moving into now is actually starting to support these candidates. So, campaigns committee exists to do phone banking, to do canvassing, any kind of activities, fundraising. Those are things that candidates, you know, they're all, working jobs, have families, other activities. These are things that we can really help them with as an organization. So what I'm putting together, I'm gonna have an actual canvassing list, and I'm putting it together between our chapter, Lexington County Democrats, Richland County, Falmouth and Chapin, Fairfield, or yes, our other chapters, other counties, Orangeburg, Fairfield. I'm gonna have a conglomerate list that is going to be dedicated just to doing these things. And what I'm gonna have, now I will welcome anybody's assistance, you know, once every 6 months. What I'm gonna have, just so we keep some consistency, it'll be like a once a month rotation. I have you guys like Jessica's campaign one week, or Reed's campaign, just to get some consistency so that we really make some traction. Each district contains tens of thousands of voters. So for us to really make an impact, we gotta keep that consistency up, and we can't wait until 2026. So look for updates from me from that, and if you're interested in being in that, campus committee, as we call it, that's a great song from LCD. And just let me know, and I'll be sure to get you on that. That will probably start, mid to late July, just let you know. Thank you.
Yeah, Stephen is the second vice chair for Lexington County Democrats. So, in general, we pride ourselves on having leadership. I'm also executive committee, member for, Lexington County Democrats as well. So we pride ourselves in getting, all of our members involved in their, especially county party as well. So, we love to make sure that you guys get acclimated with them as well, as we're gonna be working with them in tandem on certain things. So it's really good that, we have, you know, young people in these leadership positions with the county parties, so that we move them forward into the future with more young people. So, thank you, Stephen. And then Reed, you're gonna give policies update, which is pretty.
Those meetings. So for policy, because, we got an those policy, you can't be here because he's late at work, bro. We missed him every time, wasn't here last time. But I wanted everyone to know that we will have another debate night coming up. We're hopefully gonna have it in July. We're looking at possibly doing it July 12th. Location still to be determined. So please, if you're interested in coming out and participating in a debate, debate night will be, the topic will be on immigration this time. So the first time that we get to talk about abortion, this time it'll be about immigration for the debate night. I just want to touch on too for advocacy, because I didn't remember something. Please remember that we have the 5 Calls Act as well. So I talked about it the last time, but if you guys could just go on 5 calls, it talks about everything at the top of the list. Just put in your zip code, and it'll tell you who the state reps, who the state reps are for you, and the house reps. Please contact them, because it talks about the big beautiful bill, what has to do with the construction of SNAP, construction of the NPR and public broadcasting. So we need to be making these calls, even though it feels like it does not matter. They are still tracking how many people call, where you're from, so they can actually see the data and see the information about what is becoming an issue from these people in this area. So if you have time, 5 calls out, you know, every smartphone, you go to the Play Store and get it.
Yeah, you can. So you just change it.
Sorry, it's congressional. Our dear sir, it's congressional.
You put in your zip code and it'll populate like the most important effect in your area. Like if there's state specific stuff, yeah.
Alright.
And it'll like, it'll tell you, like, there's some things that like.
We have finance, we had,
The bill is already passed in the House.
so we're
So
gonna
it
go
just tells you,
to
okay, here are your
approval of May
senators,
minutes.
senators.
Motion to
They're also
table.
Tell you if it,
They're not done
if
yet.
it hasn't gone through
Any-
either.
any
so you know
second?
what
I'm gonna
your
say-
representative-
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Just like.
The ayes have it, we'll table that, so.
Oh, wait, who made the second?
Right.
I did.
Right.
All right, thanks, Michael.
Alrighty, so old business, so we talked about the hot mics and hot takes, hot plates. So we also talked about civics, democracy, and the democracy and gardening. So we're gonna go to bylaws.
All right, that's me again. All right, if everyone can, so I did have some paper copies and at the sign-in table, but if I can get all of you to bring your attention to the screen in the back, I'm going to have to change it. I'm gonna have to change the account so we can actually make.
Is it the shared drive?
It is in the shared drive. So we can do these votes in real time.
What's it under?
Why do you see on the Constitution?
314.44.
Yep, that's the one. All right. All right, so if I can bring your attention to the screen here, we have some amendments that we have to vote on today. All right, so first off, there was a request by the officers to instate some levels of membership fees. So for members who are inactive, people who are not active members, we would ask that they donate $50. They would then receive a T-shirt. If they are under the age of 40, they would have voting rights because they would have voting rights under the YDSC Constitution. So that but in order to have voting, in order to be an active member, you do have to be at 2 events or meetings within a quarter-year period, and the membership fees we would ask you for would be $15, and that's just the price of a T-shirt. So with that, I will open the floor to discussion. And then there's also there was also a request by Jeremy to put by Tim in particular for a young at heart level, which would be $35 a year. By the way, so that I'll open the questions. I'm gonna start. Markers. I'm gonna start with voting members, and then I'll come to you. Okay, give me one second. Ollie first, and the mic on West.
So I'm actually one of the people that will wind up not able to vote in a few years, but my concern would primarily be with a $50 donation, somebody that's over 40, drowning out voices of somebody that's under 40.
Sorry. So that would be so this is for like people under 40 who are not active members.
Oh,
Yes.
don't listen to me, I'm fine.
Okay, Michael.
No, I also wanted to clarify, so active members under 40 are $15, right?
Right,
And then over 40 is 35, sorry, active members who are over 40, 35. And then any inactive members that still want to be involved, 50, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
correct, which was correct,
Can I propose we boost the young at heart 250, just so that it's even?
there is a motion to amend by Michael, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Nicole Sanchez, there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll go to a vote, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right. $50 it is. All right, so I kind of want to do this second.
Wait, I'm sorry. So young at heart cannot vote, right?
Right,
Oh,
all right, Wes.
Yeah, is there a particular reason that what is the expectation of return on investment having the inactive members being able to pay to become effectively active members? Is there are we expecting something like that?
It's technically an incentive to actually become active members. So basically, yeah, there are certain circumstances where people literally cannot physically make our meetings, but still want to be involved in the chapter in some form of fashion, which is why this came up.
Sure. I guess if I could follow up, that's a lot. Is it an incentive for people to become active, or is it potentially something that might sticker shock a potential member who is currently not as active as we'd like?
May I make a suggestion?
Holly.
So I love raising the over 40 to 50. What if we reduce the under 40 to 35?
Okay.
Would that be less of a sticker shock?
I think it would definitely lessen the blow. I think having a higher premium tier for inactive people is likely going to see a reduction in conversion rather than an incentive to become active.
If they're inactive, why would they pay?
That's my thought.
So there are definitely times when I'm not interested because I am not a supporter. I would absolutely pay on like those. So for somebody like that, then it's definitely a thing.
Okay, so Jael, does that raise to the level of an amendment?
Yes.
Well, before we get there, may I say a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like to a certain extent, like. So part of the thing is that it's because we want to, this is all about voting, okay? So. So there totally will be people in your situation, people who work nights, who are not able to be as active as they want to be, but do want to have that vote. But it doesn't apply to the vast majority of people, and it also does not. But I feel like by the time we get to the point where we might give someone a sticker shot, they're already invested. Like this is, we don't like, people walk in and we're like, are you gonna come once a month or twice a quarter? Are you? Because if not, you need to pay us so that you can vote once a year. So I feel like by the time that we get to the point where we're actually talking about how they would need to pay, they're already invested and they can make a decision on whether or not that's something they want to pay for.
Okay, and by personal discretion, I'm curious.
So. After hearing a whole bunch of this, I, as person has found the job for people that are not here, so I found this like, okay, and I've been adamant of being opposed to any type of membership agreement like this, because in case they poll tax. You want people to vote, so that sticker price for me is way too high for people to vote and be part of the organization. For somebody who also has autoimmune issues where I can't vote and that affects my pay. Having something that you're raising the price on cuts people like me out, because we don't have that type of money. So for me, I hate money to have membership. The Democratic Party is not that, shouldn't be that type of organization. That is why SCDP does not have membership deals. It is so people can be participatory. And I get the part of like missing meetings, so. Cool, and having that option, because like we put this option in earlier as well as you pay something. I just think that sticker price is too high, because we should be encouraging voting participation.
Remember, this is yearly. Remember, this is yearly. This is not like monthly.
Yeah, but.
Right,
Sorry, I thought it was quarterly.
No.
No, it's yearly.
So you can attend 2 meetings a year.
No, two.
No,
Yeah,
no. well,
No,
yeah.
to be an actor, you have to attend 2 meetings a quarter.
But I'm saying that the money is to, if you're not attending an event twice a quarter, you pay $50, you get that voting power, etc. For year.
Would a friendly amendment to be to, instead of making it 2 meetings a quarter, 2 meetings in 6 months?
Okay, there, okay, there.
So that there's, like, you've got plenty of time, and like, you don't have to make every single one. But
If
like,
I understood correctly, isn't it the case that things like protests or like sign making things, those all count toward
Yes.
district meetings, right?
Yes.
They
So.
they
well,
they
like,
normally would.
Last month, I really just couldn't make anything, like I just couldn't, right?
Right.
But the rest of like this month before that, I could.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a reasonable request, at least as to be able to vote, because you need to be involved and aware of what's going on, right? To be able to vote. However, I also, to Mercury's point, poll tax kind of like it grinds me. And I hadn't put those words to it yet, but I do actually agree that that is what it sounds like. I think it's perfectly reasonable to have like young at heart members or non like super active members, like maybe you have to do 1 a quarter or something like that, and you can pay $35 to make up for the 1 event that you missed or something like that. But if you haven't attended anything, then how do we know that you aren't just like a bad actor and taking that out of?
Okay.
Poll tax. Yeah.
What before I deal with this here.
I'm just gonna say, I think to kind of echo what Mercurius is saying, right now, what we're effectively doing in this is we're effectively adding, I'm gonna pitch it through the guise of sales. We're selling a subscription service to be a member here, a voting member here. You can either participate twice a quarter and your membership becomes $15, or it is $50, $35 and you're not participatory. It doesn't really matter. I don't think the value is demonstrated to our potential clients. And this, i.e. our potential active or non-active members, to warrant this, I think right now we are giving pricing for something that does not have demonstrated value. If someone comes or does not come, we so rarely vote on even a monthly basis or as a chapter in an annual basis, that even I, someone who's been here pretty much, I wouldn't say that necessarily $15 is worth that vote. It would be more of a donation to the party and to the Young Dems. The $50, $35, whatever you might be, a higher rate for inactive people is effectively selling an indulgence to someone who is not bought into the religion.
Okay, all right, so Michael, there isn't a minute on the floor that I have to deal with. So Michael, right?
No, I mean, I think it is just important that like Democratic Party needs money, right? Like if we want to have nice meetings like this, we want to have our campaigns, we want to have food, we want our campaigns committee to be able to send out texts or print out literature.
we want, banners at our table, these all cost money. And I think that like, we do have like a pretty cool product, right? We do have like a cool organization here. And I feel like two meetings in 6 months is doable. And I think like we could do more to fundraise. And I think this could be a good opportunity for us to do that.
What if there's a caveat, because I agree about the $15 thing, I don't think I actually realized that you had to pay $15. I don't think I did, because I bought a shirt, but like, I don't think that I realized that you did. And I very much agree with $15 is too much to ask, especially when we're doing college students, who are the ones that we really do recruit, and like, because also most teenagers are not justice that. So maybe there could be an exemption for people under 25 or something like that,
So,
right?
So the $15 is actually, so that's like, okay, you don't have to pay that and the 2 meetings. It's usually just the 2 meetings and that means you're active, but the $15 could be, okay, well, you also wanna pay that $15 to get a t-shirt.
Right.
It's not both together. It's not both together. It's just.
Yeah, yeah,
Is it both?
yeah, it is both.
Okay, so, okay, well then, yeah, okay.
Okay, so we do have the facts right now. So Michael, what was the amendment you were trying to make?
So the amendment is instead of 2 times a quarter, I wanna change it to 2 times in 6 months.
So twice in 6 months.
Yeah, you can attend 2 meetings in 6 months.
Okay, so people don't have to spend $15 in order to vote if they are under 40, I'm sorry.
Well, the
Trying
way-
to figure it out, I got distracted. My apologies.
Oh, sorry.
So this is an either or, not an and.
Well, no, because that wouldn't make sense. If it was $15 for attending, then there wouldn't be an active member tier. It would have to be combined and then an active member tier. So effectively, if you're an active member, the subscription is $15. If you're an inactive member, the subscription is $50, $35, whatever it is the way it's currently worded.
And I think the thing is that most people are gonna buy a t-shirt anyway.
So that's kind of the thing, so
So-
t-shirts are more of an incentive,
Yeah.
like, you pay your dues and you get a t-shirt.
Why don't you
Not
put
like, hey, buy a t-shirt, you get a free membership.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, okay, okay,
Are you adding to that amendment? Then,
Yeah,
are you
Oh.
adding to that amendment?
so that's the secondary amendment. Or,
Or can I amend my initial one to do that?
yeah, or the active member portion will read this. An active member is defined as any individual who seeks to be involved in the business of the chapter, is under the age of 40 and whose residency is within the county's affiliate with Central Midlands chapter. Active members are also expected to attend at least 2 YDFCM events in a 6-month period, or to donate at least $15 to the chapter in the 12 months following a YDSC convention in lieu of dues. Active members will receive a free t-shirt and retain voting privileges.
But I think the key point is making sure that you get a membership with the purchase of the t-shirt, as opposed to saying you must buy, like you must spend $15 and get the membership and then you get a free t-shirt. What's important is something of tangible value for college students.
Right.
They're saying, hey, buy this t-shirt, you get free membership, you can vote on what Young Dems of America, you like to vote on America.
But that's just the sales thing, right? That's just selling
That's
the
just, yeah,
product.
anything, but bylaws make it.
I mean, yeah, but.
So you wanted to read active members will receive it.
You receive your membership when you buy a t-shirt. It's a phrasing thing, he's completely right, it's absolutely phrasing and sales.
Right, an active member that buys a t-shirt will receive a free membership.
I'm just worried about the core issue of the part. While this does sell it better, it still puts a $15 subscription on whatever it is, you're just getting a t-shirt.
That's fair. That's fair concern. I think it's a decent compromise, because it's not like we can ever revisit. But I think that's fair and fair, because I don't like the idea of going back to there.
Yeah.
All right, an active member that buys a $15 t-shirt will receive a free membership for 1 calendar year.
Well, I think it's the act of the month, right? Like someone who buys a $50 t-shirt and.
And they're under 40, they would get a membership.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be an active member before they can buy it. Is there a visual aid?
Much during this meeting.
I have.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to confirm this before we leave tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, Reed, does this have to deal with the amendment in question?
We just, I think we're losing too many people and we're not gonna let that,
Oh.
exchange of it.
Oh, God, okay. All right.
We vote out the motion.
All right, so there
Three, two,
1. All right, so there is a motion by Michael to amend the active member portion so that people can either attend 2 meetings in a 6-month period or buy a t-shirt. People can become members either way. Is there a second? Seconded by Jael. Is there any discussion before we go to a vote?
So in Jael's part, that active member part needs to be taken off of that last line.
All right. I will accept that as a friendly amendment. All right. Is there any discussion on the amendment? Seeing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, I'm now going to present. I'm now going to ask for a motion to approve this version of Article 4, which is our membership section. Is there a motion for that?
Can we change 36 to 40?
oh, is it 40?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, I was trying to go along. I heard.
All right.
Second.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so
Motion.
it is moved by Jeremy. Is there a second to approve new Article 4? Seconded by Michael. Is there any discussion on the main motion? Mark Curious, I feel like you want to speak, and I will give you dispensation to speak on it.
For like scriveners, like, you gotta put like the inactive member is like under 40, it says like.
Inactive member under 40.
But so then what is the point of the, are you attention meetings where you get $15 for a t-shirt?
It's not either or, it's combined.
It's not either or, so that's.
Actually, we did just vote to make it either or. All right. Seeing none, we will go to a main motion. All those in favor of approving the change to Article 4, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
No.
The ayes have it. So this. That we do have some other changes. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I thought we did that already. Last meeting.
Hang on. All right, so Article 5 of officers, I think we may have done this in a previous meeting, but I kind of want to ratify this. So basically, changes, mentions of region to chapter, and then changes our term frame from what it was to March of odd number years to 2 years on, from September to March. So I believe we did pass, I think we did pass it, but I did want to ratify it. So
move.
Second, motion by Jeremy, is there a second? Second by what? Second by West. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. And then what the hell was this? Okay. All right, so this one is committee chairs. It basically says this basically changes so that if you're already an active member, you don't have to do anything else to be on a committee. Is there?
So move.
Hang on, Mark here.
Second.
All right, move by Mark here, seconded by Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, so this last one, sorry, Article 9 says that the basically changes the mention of a chapter president to chapter chair, because in YDSC there are only 2 presidents in YDSC. That's the state president and national president. Everyone knows the chair. So this is basically making sure everything is in line. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Jeremy. Is there a second? Seconded by Carrie Schaffner. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, so where are we? Article 11, code of conduct. So basically, the code of conduct mentioned here is the one that was in the YDSC bylaws before the 2024 convention. Okay, let's see if I can bring it up.
Is there a reason why we're doing 19 instead of 23 or 24?
Because a newer code of conduct needs to be introduced to the state convention.
Sorry,
At the end of
so the one that we did the last convention,
Right.
that's not this
That's
one.
not because the new constitution we only passed the constitution, and that constitution did not have a code of conduct in it.
Okay.
So when
I think it's something different.
that's something good.
Sounds good.
All right, so
Motion to move vote.
all right, so basically it says that we would abide by the last adopted code of conduct that YDC passed until it's superseded by the state convention. And I'm going to introduce one to the state, to our upcoming convention along with bylaws. Is there a motion?
So then we'll just go with that one.
Until
the previous question.
okay, so there's okay, so there is a motion by West. There's a second. Second by Jeremy. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you, everyone. I know that was very long and very awkward, and we're probably running against our our reservation, but guys, we finally have a clean set of bylaws that we can send to state convention. Congratulations.
Mike back here.
Perfect.
You. All right, guys, so, action items that already been talked about. Today, signal chat, you guys, we have a signal chat, that we use as communication for people who want to be members. Even if they're, done at heart, you can get into the signal chat, and just us, just talking back and forth. It is active. So if you would like to be in the signal chat and get announcements, we also have an announcements chat as well. So, if you would like to get into the signal chat, and join us, please, get with, some people, our leadership after the meeting. All right, and then we have the announcement, everybody sees, the announcement, at the bottom. I just want to talk about our hot dog fundraiser. That is, going on, June 27th in conjunction with, the state commission, the YDSD commission. So please get your tickets. It's on, like, everything is, on Mobilize. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna run behind, I promise to be quick. Just so everyone's aware, July 5th, we're gonna be having a public speaking trade hosted by me. It's one of my attention, many people do not have any sort of professional or casual relationship with public speaking, just so you are aware. I did go to university on a public speaking scholarship, so I do have a little bit of experience there. This will be a little bit more serious in tone than our previous events have been. Cameron's actually going to be a little more light, sorry, close. Sorry, it's not that she did light, okay. But it will be a lot more, delivered, a lot more serious, will be open to anyone that would like to come. I will warn you now, I will be sharing information about it in the signal chat, because this is something else ahead of time. If you do attend, yes, you will be speaking, and because I am a former teacher, you'll have an assignment to do before the meeting. So you'll be giving a speech, you'll be writing a speech, because we're going to go over not only the fundamentals of presentation, but we'll also be going over preparation as well. So you'll be critiquing other people, you yourself will be critiqued. If you show up, you are great, but the brave does not mean correct, and so you will be corrected while you are there. Thank you very much. If you have questions, come find me. I believe we said 2, is that correct?
I think so, yes.
There will be something shared in the single chat, if not tonight, tomorrow, including, a place to sign up for one of the 5 prompts. You may write a speech for your speech should be 1 or 2 minutes. I'm not going to go any further into the details, but at the same time, but come find me if you're curious.
Yeah.
Any more announcements?
But I also have.
Then we're gonna be adjourning the meeting after this announcement.
Okay, so the reason I'm announcing is because there is a majority rule screening on Friday night. Majority rules is all about how electoral reform can improve the way that our government works. It's a fun documentary. We're getting pizza. Sign up on Mobilize. It's already out there. If anyone has any questions, they can ask myself or Carmen. And it is at SCDP. There have been chatter that it is elsewhere, but no, SCDP is free, and that means it's free.
So I do.
Alright, so we are adjourning the meeting, so anybody who wants to get in the single chat, please reach out to leadership. I will, just so that you guys know, I will be out of town this weekend for my birthday.
I mean, I have it on Friday.
I will not be at Outback or any of the events coming up, so. I know, but you guys have a great time.
Wait, there's one last announcement. So Nia Bias, who is a member of Central Midlands and our state treasurer, just graduated from the Congressional Black Caucus Institute boot camp this week, so I know she is currently out of state right now, but frankly, I just wanted to say on the record that all of us in Central Midlands are proud of her, and let's keep the work going.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, dear Jeffrey. Oh, sorry. Happy birthday to you. Sorry, Emma. I just got, yeah, I just got overly excited. Happy birthday.
Oh, God.
I know. I think we could try to get also like that.
You want to hear about what's Oh, no, I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, we have,
Okay, that's I wonder, is there like alignment?
and now, I know, like, they're very. So,
You do, you also need that.
Retarded.
let's do now.
They retarded. They retarded. I thought.
You are very good at that. You want to be very. That's what I'm having to do. All the time.
What about like what you're talking about? I said at the state convention, West did a really good speech about what you're talking about. Like get off your heart.
Yeah.
Try to work together. And we're not gonna be out. We're not gonna be out. I didn't. I'm like, we're not gonna be out. He said that. And he said that. He said that. He said that to everybody. He said that to everybody. Yeah. Let's say that. He said that.
That's where.
Nice to, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It was really nice to hear from him and like how he's fairly forward and like some of the things he's trying to address. Yeah, like that's what he said. And that was what I talked about. It's like, we've done this, especially this. So it's time for y'all to get together and get on the. That's what he said.
She has all the friends. So much. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. When we're not.
Yes. I think I had two.
Oh, okay.
Which is second.
And that is like.
So Grace moving forward. Go ahead, where? Here's the track.
But that's fine. Look at your PhD and go back. Yeah, talk about, they do that, or either a health promotion girl, public health, they do that, they even know that.
But you can tell people that they need to say, okay, I have to go to the result, and it's done it. Wow. For a whole lot of activities, see. Hold on, okay? So then you have them stand up, and they know too, like my wife, actor, like my wife.
David, okay.
And there's so much trouble.
You guys are well.
You don't get to make it, but it's very nice. Even though.
I will.
I have to stop and to remind myself that Gotcha. Yeah. They're gonna.
So you have to decide what's the most important step.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a realist.
And I know what's gonna lose.
I get what you're saying, but we see and you know it. What you can do is I can't stop fighting. What I'm saying is you fall to everyone. My be on the same page. You have to decide on what's the most important thing to fight to bring a party to life.
That's just how it's the what's in the issues that the gentle need to have. That's the thing that like.
You're always going to the same level. You have to figure out how to do it. See, when it's time for you and but I'm pretty sure all right. Talking to me. Very it said, right, you did it each other go. Because I know why. I feel recently, you have these ideas that you recognize that you think about constantly in your life. I'm very clear on this. And more than they do. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you're really somebody who wants to bring people together, decide on maybe able to be home and then trickle down. Like, understand, be smart. And like, well, be strategic about this. You can still have your cause and be strategic about it. They won't beat you every time if you remain idealistic about it. And you don't continue to the data. The proof is in the fact. We've already saw, we saw it happen on overseas. We're seeing it continuing to see it happen. So in order for the party itself to come together, put other things at the forefront that you may be able to move together on. And then you start sliding into some others. You're only gonna have a percent of people who are gonna say no. That's not, let them say no. Let them say no. Because their children may not. Their grandchildren may not. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's right. And it's a genuine question. I swear to God, I'm not trying to.
Go ahead.
I've heard many Black people specifically talk about the members and how it's a problem. I understand the practicality of feminism because again, I'm somebody who got converted to what I was. And I do hear you that, yes, I'm absolutely convinced of like,
with a lot of fragility and privilege.
That I also know that I have privilege. I try really, really hard not to be fragile and not.
No, you have fragility. Do have fragility. I've heard it all night. I'm very, I've dated before, just in a different body. I'm very, you might know that. You, the way you, I'm not arguing, the way you talk to us all night is as if you were teaching us all night. But you don't know me from the way. So all I heard, like, she jumped in a few times and told me a few things, but you still to the night teaching me. And so in order for you to help, and in order for you to bring people together, you may wanna listen. You may wanna learn. You spent the whole evening teaching me and teaching her. Well, you may ask another question. So. Yeah, felt like I was trying to be vulnerable. How can I get that? Because I feel so much and stop talking to stuff. I take it upon myself to teach other people unless we ask them. We haven't asked this question tonight. We were talking amongst ourselves, and every time you heard of us, and we shared this question, you jumped in to teach us. Now we asked her a question. Sorry, we're about people, but we never asked you a question. Just say hello, how you doing, and just pay attention to the meeting. That's one thing. You don't want to be like, I would ask you. But the whole time, you heard us to teach us, and also teaching, and then as if we don't know. Now, the 5 call happening to you. That I appreciate, something like that,
Is there anything else I can help?
I'm not, I was just with you, but I do.
Thank you so much. We're excited.
Just, and if you keep, if something after you go, but you say,
I zoned out. No, I do. Yeah.
She just don't know.
I just
You just didn't know.
Yeah, okay.
But you do.
I'm ADHD.
You do the whole thing.
I'm ADHD.
But they don't do that. They don't do that. Not at your age. They don't do that.
Okay.
They have learned by age. Study this. It's all talking to us like a child. Maybe it takes it. And so it's they don't have now. But hey, we need to go. I will be honest, and I don't need no offense, I don't need I don't need it. But I can see it. If I ask it out, still, but don't call yourself like.
So, and yeah,
Just be in the parking lot.
yeah. I'm actually, I mean, I'm wondering. It is
Yes. But we.
Happy birthday, dear Jeremy. Happy birthday to you.
If you grew up in Texas, you definitely have electricity.
Yeah, no, it's like really.
My friends that are my actual. They're the ones.
So it's good to know that the.
I was actually with program.
I don't live.
Yeah.
I have seen Gabby coming to you, not Gabby.
Picture, one of the pictures that we had.
No, he's over here.
Talking about.
Incredibly beautiful.
It might be like that.
You know, what I want.
I think maybe what's this other person?
Good news. Elisa.
Yeah, Eliza, yeah.
I haven't seen the so Lisa's in Boston.
The mustache guy.
Oh, Lisa's in Boston.
I don't know. This is one of the whole picture.
But it's like, I really don't have
I never remember, but. Like I said, it's been months now.
You're good. I know. Minneapolis. I think we had one of their. But, yeah, well. It's gonna be a fun drive.
Oh, God,
We're next on Facebook though.
I play some.
So just like, shoot me a message on there, we're like.
Philadelphia, but for now, we can definitely text over either Facebook or Instagram.
Okay.
Or IG, but I will definitely see what that's taking.
Yeah, I'll see you there. I'm looking forward to it now.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
You did ask her. One other question. If what, like, that was something I
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna have to because it's for something. And frankly, Ken, I would have made it.
We gave them out, they voted for. They voted, there is a moratorium. Of course, they need to send a moratorium. Send a moratorium. I own 20 different properties all over this, all over. Yeah. Oh.
But I want you to know something.
Oh, we just care for our.
One,
we don't pay.
I've been
any consideration for
I've been
any
tracking
at
attendance
all.
since
Because care, we just.
Jeremy got on that. And as far and as far and as far and as far as I'm concerned, you're still an active member. You had
No, I did, no, I know that I am, no, I just, I'm not upset about anything. I just, I that's the thing, I don't like that.
But yeah,
Yeah,
like one of the.
yeah, I was like,
Okay, so
Yeah,
there
but-
were about
and
twice as many
and frankly, what happened, like probably did help soften it a little bit.
A lot of people in that.
And what happened, and I could, and this, I did stop, I did stop, I did help soften the impact of
Whatever.
yeah, of that whole proposal. But like I said,
Well, I like, why I want.
But like I said, if I do, and I realized that, crap, we probably did break the state for why do you, I think that's even why do you try, I will bring this back, I will bring this back.
Yeah. Share.
Yes.
But
Thank you, sir.
Where at Folly Beach, there's like a city of Folly Beach, and they were talking about like 50% of that. Are not for residents,
Like be
or like people who like rent out.
I mean, I know it.
But they,
You know.
So they turn into like kind of a positive, but they have to like pass like local ordinances. And I've also been a landlord saying you are the city, we will work with you, you know, legally have to, but you will. And because they have that relationship, that's where they were able to like get like greater accounting. They gotta go through all these places are.
I think you're right.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you guys.
Thank you, everybody. Y'all,
Thank you.
Sarah, I think we probably did. I think we probably did screw up though.
What?
Okay, number one, I spent literal years fighting Bree Spalding on the idea of chapter dues, only for us to bring them back. But frankly, a majority of the finance committee believes they're necessary, and I had to defend their decision. That's what I did.
Okay. All right, that's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do. You wanna take these?
I will.
They wasn't around.
Make sure.
They just might go and leave it down. They won't go in. Liverpool, congratulations. Come on, brother.
All right, I'm out of here.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Hold back. Move your name on it if you have a lot.
Adios.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not all. Whether you want to close up. Right. We here.